I'm wearing my jacket, but boss said I'm still too cold. Man, I fucked your bitch, she felt that from her head to toes. I need this guap, I couldn't care about my wrist and froze. Tryna hit that belly like home, and now your girlfriend wanna whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Stay in Place, the podcast. We are back with season 2, episode 12. How are you, Jojo?
I'm ready for the new season. I'm good. I'm blessed. How are you?
You're ready? Yeah, we're back. We're recharged. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm good. Obviously, we weren't able to film after the first set of fixtures from the Premier League due to personal reasons, but we're finally back. We were hoping to obviously film in person, but it just hasn't happened yet. But we're looking to do in person episodes in the near future. But for now, yeah, we're having to carry on just over Zoom for now. But yeah, obviously, as we couldn't do an episode after the first set of fixtures, I want to look back on the results that took place and the games that the fixtures that obviously were played. Obviously, starting off with Manchester United Leeds. What a cracking game, Jojo. Like, what was your thoughts on that? Bruno and Pogba literally ran the show. Obviously, from a other football fans' perspective, like, what was like your thoughts regarding the game and how it?
No, that was just I feel like Leeds was just the start Manchester United needed. You obviously saw last year when they won 6-2, but you know how Leeds are gonna play. Like, they're just gonna do the exact same thing. They're gonna if they keep conceding, they're just gonna keep coming at you. So they're just perfect opponents for you, and for players such as Bruno, and Bruno. You see, Bruno, he just plays so good for club. For Man United, he just plays. He's on a different level. But for Portugal, it's different. But then and then obviously Pogba with the hat-trick of assists. Like, man, you couldn't ask for a better perfect start, to be honest. So and then obviously the announcing of Varane coming into the stadium the beginning of the game. Perfect. And then Sancho getting a few minutes.
I'm so gassed right now. Like, honestly, I know we just drew to Southampton, but but it is what it is. But yeah, I totally agree with you. With Bruno, obviously, he didn't really have a good Euros. But obviously he's back to club level, and he's the guy. He's a machine. Like, hat trick. Like, his third goal. What a finish! What a ball from Lindelof, and then he just smacked it into the back of the net. And obviously Pogba with 4 assists. Like, people obviously saying, like, it's the opposite as to what you were saying. Obviously, Pogba is usually performing at international level for France, but then when it comes to club level, he's not really consistent. So what would you put those types of performances down to? Like, maybe not performing at club level, but performing at international level, and then performing at club level, but not performing at international level. Like, what would you put that down to? Is it the types of players around them? Because obviously with Pogba, he has the likes of Kane in midfield, who obviously plays in front of the back four, and he has the license to bomb forward. But with Bruno, it's just a case of where does he fit into that Portuguese side? Like, because obviously they have the likes of Ronaldo, Sanchez. Like, what would you actually put that down to?
Well, in regards of Pogba, I feel like so exactly what you said. Like, the players he has around him, he's got Kante right next to him, so it gives him more license to like go forward, and obviously he's gonna need to obviously track back, but not necessarily, because Kante is all over the place. He's gonna be doing that job. But then obviously at Manchester United, they don't have the same caliber of players, so he's gonna be expected to do the defensive duties as he's playing box to box. So that's why sometimes, and obviously Pogba as a player, he doesn't like. Obviously, we all know what he does going forward and stuff, but sometimes he doesn't like. That's what he needs to improve on his game. As in, he doesn't really love defending, but obviously he'll do it. But he doesn't really not something he's consistently doing. So I feel like that all of those just would affect his performances. So that's why he's probably inconsistent from time to time. But that was with regards to the game. They came to show. They came to show what they're about.
They literally turned up. That reminded me of the United Chelsea game a couple of seasons ago, first day. where United thrashed Chelsea 4-0. Honestly, like it was a good start. Hopefully they carry it on. Like I don't want them to obviously just have a couple of good results at the start of the season and then just like fall down the pecking order. But obviously, yeah, as you mentioned, the Varane sign, and obviously Varane, fans were asking like, where's Varane? Like, why hasn't he signed a contract yet? But obviously, it was an occasion perfect to announce his arrival. So, how do you think that will play out? How do you think his arrival would obviously help the squad and his presence? Do you think him being a world-class defender, do you think he will have the same impact as Van Dijk did when he arrived at Liverpool?
So obviously Varane was always happening. Like obviously the whole summer we were talking about it, but it was taking. I do know what you mean. It was taking a while. Like nothing was happening, and obviously all of a sudden the game's about to kick off, and he's coming out of the stadium. But in terms of the same impact as Liverpool, which we'll get into as well, with Van Dijk coming back, which I feel like would affect their team. I feel like he would definitely have an impact on Manchester United. We've already seen Maguire, and obviously I feel like we've realized that Maguire is actually like the defender that you need to put someone next to you, because Lindelof, we've already seen Lindelof and Bailly in the Europa final, we weren't good enough, and then Lindelof and Bailly next to him wasn't consistent enough for Man United to go to the extent of trying to win the title. So yeah, but I feel like Varane will definitely get you a couple more points up that league, so that just because of his experience at Real Madrid, and yeah, so yeah, I feel like he will. In terms of if I feel like he'll be as a big impact as Van Dijk, obviously we'll have to see. I'm not sure. I feel like Van Dijk's just on a different level, like as I said about already. That's why Liverpool just missed him. But I feel like because Varane's like he's a very, very good, like for 40 million as well, that's a steal, man. For 40 million as well. Like I feel like he will definitely improve your team and get you, just because of his experience as well, and in the Champions League as well, he'll help you to get further in the Champions League. So I feel like that's a very good signing. Very good.
Personally, obviously, I was crying out for a centre back like that was gonna partner Harry Maguire. Obviously, we were conceding like leaky goals last season, obviously from the Europa League final as well. You can just tell with Maguire's absence, we just needed that leader, that big presence in the back line. But obviously, yeah, hopefully he has a good start to the season, and he helps the players around him as well, because I feel like he's been there, he's done it, so he kind of knows obviously how to get to that stage. And obviously I feel like he's the next man to obviously lead Man United to that next step. And obviously a cameo appearance from Sancho as well, the latest signing. And obviously, how do you think he'll get on? Do you think he'll have the same impact as he did when he obviously arrived in Germany playing for Dortmund? Or do you think it might take him a bit of time to adapt to the new style of the Premier League? Because obviously he did obviously start off his career at Watford and the likes of Man City, but obviously he didn't actually make an appearance in the Premier League. So do you feel like he will like have a good start?
I don't feel like it'll take him long to settle in, because he knows the players here, he knows the country, he's been here before. It's not like he's like been in Germany all his life and it's his first time. And then, you know, them players that played in another league and it's literally their first time, so they don't know the league. So it takes them like maybe a whole season to adapt to the new league. Obviously, when he was here, he wasn't really playing in the league, but he plays with England as well. So he knows the players, he knows the caliber of Premier League top players. So I don't feel like it'll take him that long to adjust to the league. So it's just about timing and how fast it takes him to get going. And especially with the players around him, I feel like, yeah, it shouldn't really take him that long to settle in to his new club. So yeah, I feel like he will get the ground running. I just feel like as for Man United, it's just as a team, as a collective, how they're gonna try and get, because for me, obviously I know I'm saying this to you earlier, but for me, it's 4 teams for the Premier League. So it's Manchester United, it's Chelsea, it's Liverpool, I think, that are still there, and it's City. And it's like, obviously, with Manchester United, I feel like it's as a team collective and as a manager, is if you can get over the line of getting a trophy and yeah, at least challenging, maybe not winning, but at least being close, being like near abouts. And then yeah, and I feel like that will be a successful season for Manchester United and the trophy.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's hope for the best. Be optimistic. But yeah, moving on. Obviously, first round of fixtures as well. Spurs City. Honestly, I got to congratulate you on that. What a performance! What a outstanding performance from your beloved Spurs. And obviously, Son with the winner. But Tanganga, what a performance at the back.
Boy,
Grealish was not having a good debut. I can
he,
tell you that.
he,
But yeah, what was your like, obviously thoughts and feelings regarding that fixture and the result?
so obviously before that fixture, I was just obviously getting a lot of people's opinions. They were just doubting us. They were just excluding us already. Like they weren't giving us. No one was giving us a chance already before we even went into that game. And in my mind, I remember the day came and I was thinking to myself, like they don't beat us at White Hart Lane. At the new White Hart Lane Stadium, they for some reason our record against City. I don't know if we're just their bogey team or something.
I think it's 4 losses, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 losses at the new White Hart Lane Stadium. Yeah, like I don't know if we're just there, and they haven't even scored a goal at the stadium as well. So it's like I don't know if they're our bogey team. I was thinking of that. I was putting that into consideration, and I was thinking, yeah, like we might not win it, but I don't think we're gonna lose. I don't think we're gonna lose. Boy, the team showed up. Obviously, the first 15 minutes, City were on us. Like they had us backpedaling and stuff. But after like when we started to get into our groove and stuff like that, there was just nowhere for them to come back. Tanganga had the solid game. Do you know what it is? Tanganga, he like from the get-go, like the solidness came from him from the get-go, letting Sterling know that he's there, letting Grealish know that he's there. And even Oliver Skip, like just do like I feel like with Oliver Skip, with me personally, I didn't really know like what he really does. So when I actually watched that game for the first time, I saw what he actually does, like how he was actually the protection he was giving Højbjerg, the amount of times we didn't have protection last season, the protection that he was given enabled us to like solidly be like stable at the back. And then obviously it's the likes of Son to get the one goal that we needed, a very good goal. And I was just so happy with the performance. And I like the 4-3-3. I really like the 4-3-3 that Nuno's implemented. So yeah, man, great start.
I feel like that's a really good like move from Nuno. Obviously, 4-3-3. It gives the license for Dele Alli to bomb forward, like I was talking about Paul Pogba for France. Like, and obviously, with Nuno, he usually like his teams usually consist of a back 3 or back 5 usually, but yeah, it was kind of strange seeing him employ a 4-3-3. But if it's working for him, it's working. Like, credits off to him. And obviously, I'm gonna get onto Harry Kane in a bit. I just want to cover the other fixtures that obviously took place. Chelsea, Burnley 3-0. Did you have a look at that game as well?
I thought it was Chelsea Palace.
Was it not Chelsea? Was it Chelsea Palace? Yeah. I think it was Chelsea Palace. Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that game. Yeah, 3-0. Obviously, Chelsea were expected to win. Alonso scored a great free kick that game, and obviously, the young guy, I forgot his name. He scored a very good debut goal.
Trevor Chalobah. Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
Very good debut goal, and yeah, like I feel like things for Chelsea, like obviously we'll get into Chelsea as well. Things for Chelsea just looking set, like going sell. There was just an expected win for them that game.
Yeah. I don't know why I wrote down Burnley on my script. But yeah, I had Burnley in mind for some weird reason. But yeah, correction was Crystal Palace. And obviously Liverpool as well. Liverpool is one of those sides where people aren't really talking about them, and I don't really know why.
I don't know why.
They were champions of Europe and Premier League champions, but they're just one of those sides who are just winning. Like Mo Salah, yet again, like I think you were crying out for Mo Salah and talking about how he's like most likely going to win the Golden Boot. So I'll let you
he's my captain.
Elaborate on that one there.
He's my captain in my FPL for a reason. That guy is just like I don't see the Salah saga. I don't get like there's just people. I don't know. I feel like with Salah, you just either rate him or you just don't rate him, and I don't know how people just don't rate him. Like from what I see, like he's just a killer in front of goal, and I feel like just getting the likes of Van Dijk back. You see how two games, 2 clean sheets already. Like people underestimate like how them missing Van Dijk last season really affected them. I really feel like it really did affect them. And just as you just said as well, Premier League winners, Champions League winners, they know how. They've done it. Like, why are we counting them out? But I feel like people are just counting them out because common. Like they only went and bought Konate, one signing. They didn't really like, and then they've let go of Shaqiri now. They've let go of Ronaldo. They've let go of a few, and they've only bought Konate. So they didn't really show any like emphasis in the transfer market to say, yeah, we want to go in again. Like how Chelsea have gone and got Lukaku, how Man City have gone and got Grealish. There were links of Kane. How Man United have gone and got Varane and they've got Sancho. Like really want to show emphasis in the title. They've only bought Konate in, but you can't count them out just because one, they've got Van Dijk back. I feel like he just solidifies that whole defense, literally. Two, they've got a killer they've got a Mane that could come back to form. And you see that how he scored in the second game already. And then they've got Salah and a killer in Salah. I just feel like they will be there. I don't feel like they'll win it, but I feel like they will be thereabouts just because they have the know-how to do it. But yeah, it was a great performance against Norwich. Yeah, great performance.
I feel like you just totally summed it up from obviously like a neutral fan's perspective as well. Yeah, maybe just one signing doesn't really like say a lot, but they do have that same squad, obviously, that has won the Champions League and the Premier League. So it's just like you're counting out a bunch of like players who are virtually champions. Maybe not in this moment of time, but a couple of seasons back, yeah, they were. But yeah, they're still going strong. Obviously, Mo Salah and Mane, who didn't have the greatest season last season, I feel like he will kick on and have another great season with the Reds. And obviously, the comeback of Van Dijk, I feel like that will have a really good, like, significant impact on the squad. And obviously, he is the like club captain at the end of the day, like vice club captain at the end of the day. Obviously, Jordan Henderson, who's in and out of the side through injuries. Yeah, I feel like he's obviously a big established player in that side. But obviously Brentford, Arsenal as well, which obviously kicked off the Premier League, which is a shock, but isn't a shock at the same time, because obviously, like, Arsenal, like, it is Arsenal at the end of the day. Yeah, like what was your like thoughts in regards to that game?
You see me, yeah. I'm not even trying to sound like a hater, yeah, because everyone knows that I support Tottenham. I'm a Tottenham fan, but I feel like we need to get to the conclusion in reality that they're just not a good side like that anymore. Like, and they're gonna feel like, and I'm not even trying to be rude, yeah. One thing I realize is they're gonna feel like they're like, maybe it's the manager or something, or this or that, because they're Arsenal, that's their team. But everyone from the outside we all know that it's the same old Arsenal getting bullied by Ivan Toney. Like, how many times have we seen it over the years? Arsenal defenders getting bullied, like in the box and stuff like that. And a game that you know that you need to get something from, because you know that the Premier League hasn't been nice to you. You've got Chelsea next, you've got City the game after, and this and that. A game you need to know, and then you're not going. And it's the first game of the Premier League season. All eyes are on you. Like, surely you're up for it. But you can even see through their pre-season, they didn't have the greatest of pre-season. So even leading into the season, like, it's almost like they weren't ready. And then the caliber of signings that they've made, where they've used their money, like, obviously they've spent the most. And then, like, obviously I can see where they've come with the signings, even though people laugh, as in they're looking at the future, because everyone, I feel like, it's just under 22 that they bought, like Lokonga, Ramsdale, Ben White, like they're all. It's just the club is just like, I just don't rate. For me personally, I just don't rate the club. I just don't feel like they're not the same Arsenal you'd be scared of back in the day. And yeah, you see, we're seeing it right on the pitch now as well.
Yeah, obviously recruitment was obviously important for Arsenal going into the summer. And obviously there was the rumours of the likes of maybe Lacazette leaving, them bringing in a couple of players into the side, Willian leaving. But yeah, I feel like the transfers that they made, obviously, as they may be young, but I feel like in this moment of time, maybe for the near future, but in this moment of time, I feel like it's probably not the right move. Obviously, the likes of Odegaard, who made this move permanent from Real Madrid, and obviously Ramsdale, who I'm not sure in this moment of time if he is to even be considered number one.
Ramsdale, I feel like he is good, but right now,
I'm not too sure. And the fee that they paid, I think it was like 24 million plus 6 million on in add-ons. But yeah, I don't know if he's gonna fight. If he's actually gonna fight for the first team. Like obviously Leno is their first team goalkeeper, but
You know what?
yeah,
The
maybe
50
he's one
mil,
for the future.
you know, the 50 mil for
The one I can't get in my head around.
I don't get it.
I literally can't get in my head around the 50 million that they paid for Ben White. Like, maybe, I don't know whether him being in the England squad for the Euros might have had an impact on that, but he didn't even get any game time. Like,
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know who he was. I'm not even gonna lie. Hands up, I didn't even know who he was. And then they bought him for 50 million. Like, obviously, and then his debut game, and he's gonna have to fix up as well because his debut game wasn't a great debut game. Like, you're getting bodied by Even Tony is obviously a good striker. Obviously, Brentford, congratulations to them as well for getting the 3 points over the line, their first time being in the Premier League as well. But yeah, like that for your debut, like now he needs to bounce back from that big time.
and what annoys me even more is he's been considered to be a better signing than Varane. That's what's even annoying me in this moment of time. Like, how can you be comparing a player that was in the Championship a couple of seasons ago with a world-class defender who's won 4 Champions League with Real Madrid? Like,
I can't lie, that is the
doesn't make
funniest.
sense. And Varane came on a cheaper deal. Like, even though he may be 5 years senior of him, like he came for cheap as well. But
Like that's how you show where the club is at. You get me? Like they're not a big. I don't see them as a big. They can't like Man United went and got Varane for 40 million. They've gone and got Ben White for 50 million, and they're coming here to use their mouth saying, he's a better signing. Like they're just trying to make anything of anything. We all know that Varane is world class. He's done it at Real Madrid, successful Champions League, successful La Ligas. He knows how to do it. He knows. So he's fast. Like, so yeah, like it's just a bit like with them. That's what I'm saying. Arsenal fans are in their own world. That's one thing I've realized now. They're in their own world, as in they think like they're maybe a couple years away. Only the real ones know that they are like just far away from getting back to what they once were. But yeah, as a club, I just don't rate them like on and off the pitch.
yeah,
and seeing why.
obviously I'm not trying to be a hater here for obviously the Arsenal fans that may say I am, but obviously Ben White, like good luck to him. He is still 23 years old, so he can maybe kick on and have a good career for the Gunners. But I just don't feel like he was the right signing to obviously re-energize that Arsenal side, and obviously they are lacking players from other like types of areas on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good luck to Arsenal, and hopefully like they finish in the top half of the table.
Maybe one last thing, maybe no Europe would help them, and they could get knocked out of the Carabao Cup. Is it this week or next week to West Brom? Then the round 2.
Yeah, I think they're playing West Brom tomorrow, like Wednesday.
So if they get knocked out, they'll only be in basically the Premier League and the FA Cup. That's in January. So, boy, like maybe they'll have a lot of fixture time to rest. I don't know, but yeah, good luck to them.
Yeah, maybe that might have a impact on them. Maybe it might be better for them to be out of Europe, to just focus on the Premier League. But just before I move on to the second set of fixtures that took place over this last weekend, I just want to ask you, because obviously we haven't got an answer, yet. So I just want to like clarify things with you. Harry Kane, like what is actually going on? As you are a Spurs fan, I want to just come straight to you and ask you this question. Like, what is actually going on with Harry Kane? Like, where do you think he's going to end up? Do you think he's going to sign? So obviously, different types of rumors are being put out there. Obviously, them saying he didn't turn up to training because he didn't want to play for the club anymore, and then him coming out and saying he's had like personal reasons that as to why he didn't train. And he obviously, we're gonna get on to the Wolves game as well. But yeah, like what's going on with Harry Kane?
Yeah, from the way I'm seeing it, prior to the Wolves game, I thought he was out. I thought that he was basically gone because, yeah, as you just said, he didn't turn up to training sessions. Obviously, this whole saga with his brother, obviously he sacked his brother, his agent, like this whole thing, like with and all of that. Like I just thought like he just that was his mind was out of it. Yeah, his mind was out, but I feel like what's happened is that obviously Man City have gone and got Jack Grealish for 100 million. They bought him from the clause and stuff for 100 million. Like if you're buying Jack Grealish for 100 million, Spurs are looking at it like Kane is definitely 150 plus. So I feel like what Daniel Levy's done is, so I feel like what's happened is, is before the whole like summer, I feel like Daniel Levy and Kane like they probably spoke about it, and then Kane probably thought in the back of his mind that 100 million would be enough for him to go. But then obviously you see the way like transfer windows, signings, what signings certain signings can do. I feel like the 100 million for Grealish has just made Daniel Levy think, nah, if one City have the money, and you know how Daniel Levy, he's stingy, he's set with his transfer. He 150 million, he's not going. So what's happened is Daniel Levy's probably put around 150 million for him to go. And City I don't know if City are just playing a waiting game, and it's unsettling Harry Kane. And it's unsettling Harry Kane because it's like Harry Kane's thinking like, boy, just accept 100 million. He wants to go. He just wants to go. But obviously Daniel Levy wants them right amount for him. And I feel like in this case, it's Harry Kane's fault because of what he signed. Like the 6-year deal that he signed like a couple of years back. Like he didn't, like he should have, if he knew, like he should have known something like this could happen. You get me? So now is all the balls in what do you call it, Daniel Levy's court, and he just feels like he doesn't. Why does he have to let Kane go for anything under than 150 million? So the point that we're at now is that what's happened now is that he's come on against Wolves. I feel like just him coming on against Wolves is a thing like this deal is basically not going to happen now. Because right now, the transfer window is basically about to close, is a high figure amount to get done in a couple of days. Like, basically, Man City have basically blown this opportunity into getting him just by waiting. And you know Daniel Levy, you know how he is. He's not gonna like stumble. He's not gonna stumble. Like match him, and then maybe you could have got him. But now that he's played, and I feel like his mind's now that he's come back to training as well. I feel like his mind. It's just set to do another season. Maybe he will end up going next season, at the end of next season, but for a cheaper figure. But I feel like for this season, we're probably gonna keep it. Anything can end up happening because obviously the transfer window is still going on. But I feel like just the point that we're at now, him coming on against because he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have come on against Wolves if something was close. You get me? If something was close, like I don't feel like he's coming on against Wolves, bro. So the fact that he's in the squad against Wolves, and then I just feel like this deal was too big to be done with the remaining weeks left. So it's just all been like, I feel like on Man City's part, it's just all been messed up because it's like I'm sure they've surely promised him something because he's not gonna come out do all of these things for no reason. He surely thinks that this deal is gonna happen, and then they've not made this deal happen. So like I feel like it is, and I don't really blame Levy. Like that, he set his like amount, and they haven't really matched it. So that's where I feel like things at. Now, lastly, I just feel like Kane is actually such a good professional that he will have his mind, even though like his mind wasn't on the team and his mind was somewhere else. And players like when their mind is gone from the team, they start to like not perform, underperform. I feel like because he's just such a good professional, he will still get the goal. So for me, I'm happy that I'll happily have another Kane for another season, just providing that he's still consistent and his head is not fully out of the game from Spurs. Because if he in the next few games you can tell that his head's not there, then dude, there was no reason why we should have actually kept him. So the whole Kane situation.
Very well summed up. Very well summed up. And obviously, I agree with the points that he made. Obviously, Levy, he is a businessman at the end of the day, and obviously he's trying to attract in as much money as he can, possibly. And obviously, Harry Kane, he is one of the best strikers in the world. So you do kind of have to pay up for his obviously his expenses. Mm-hmm. And obviously, the point that you made in regards to Grealish, if Grealish is costing £100 million, like. What does Harry Kane actually cost? Like he is obviously, let's be real, he is a he's a better player than Grealish.
And he showed
Yeah,
it.
I feel like so obviously I feel like it may obviously have to take City to bid around obviously 150 million
Yeah, I feel like the
pounds or
only way
so.
this gets done is something special now. Like they bid 100
Yeah,
million and maybe even a player as well. Like
yeah. I was hearing a player swap, maybe even Sterling or Bernardo Silva, but I don't feel like that will actually happen. But
Mm.
maybe
I feel like if a player swap did happen, the only player I could see is Jesus. I couldn't see any
yeah.
other player, City player.
But
Wanting.
then Jesus, is he really gonna add
And
anything
Hayes
to that
don't really add.
Spurs
Yeah,
side that they're missing? Not really.
yeah,
I mean, he is a striker, but
he's not
uh,
good. Not with that.
even though I'm not a Spurs fan, I would rather have the likes of Son or Lucas over
100%.
Jesus. Like even though they're not a out and out striker.
Yeah, maybe that won't happen because Jesus wouldn't really bring anything to our team. I couldn't see
Yeah,
him really bring anything to our team. So yeah.
yeah, and obviously, but best of luck to Harry Kane, honestly, in this moment of time, because obviously it must not be easy having all of that pressure. Obviously, being England captain, but it's not easy at all. So yeah, credits off to him of how he's like handled the situation. And obviously he came out and said that he didn't turn up to training because of personal reasons, which is understandable because these footballers do have lives out of their careers, outside of their careers. But yeah, moving on to the second set of fixtures. Obviously, uh, the big game, the big talking point, Arsenal Chelsea 2-0, and what a debut from Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, we didn't talk about him much at the start of the episode, but yeah, obviously he's signed for Chelsea, broke their transfer record. So yeah, like obviously I'm assuming you watched the game, and boy did he bully Murray.
Right. Like the thing is, you know what
Wow.
you like, and the thing is, a couple of Chelsea fans didn't actually want Lukaku back, and I was thinking like how because you know what you're gonna get with this new resurgent Lukaku. Like it's not the same old Lukaku that was at Man United. It's not the same old at Chelsea. Like he's clearly like developed something under Conte. Like at Inter Milan, and we've seen it. He was just scoring outright in Italy. He knows the Premier League. Chelsea literally all they needed was a guy that's going to put the ball in the back of the net up top. This was just perfect, literally for Chelsea. And literally, this first thing we see, he just, you know what he's going to do? Back into his defender, he just rolls them, make the pass. He's straight in. He just absolutely demolished Murray. Absolutely, like, and yeah, like, and you always knew that he was just gonna get fiery like straight away. He's gonna get goals for Chelsea. Chelsea are gonna like he's gonna improve Chelsea, and yeah, that's what brings me back to my point with Arsenal. Like they just don't have the team. Like I'm seeing the team sheets, and you're just thinking to yourself, this is a stone cold Chelsea win. How are they going? This could have been 3, 4, 5. Like yeah, but yeah, Lukaku is gonna be big for that team.
Boy. Apart from honestly, Jojo, apart from Smith Rowe, I don't see one name that really and truly excites me. Maybe Saka. Aubameyang's he don't excite me anymore. Like
Yeah.
him coming onto the pitch didn't really have an impact. But
Do
yeah,
anything.
like they don't Arsenal, they just don't excite me. Like they're just a team full of average players.
Yeah.
It's just a side of Deadwood. Like Lukaku, he came from an Italian side with barely any minutes in pre-season, and he absolutely destroyed them. Imagine if he was fully fit and had a full like pre-season. Like honestly, I think it was Graham
Yeah, you're right.
I think it was Jeff Streaves that asked him obviously in an interview prior to the Arsenal game, how do you feel about Arsenal being your first game? And he was like, it couldn't be any more perfect. Like, I love it. Like, he even knows, like,
He knows.
Arsenal are just a team where you can just go and bully. Like, I
Literally.
don't know, like
Like,
Lukaku. I feel like we were talking about maybe Salah being the Golden Boot winner, but if Lukaku carries on the same way as he played on Sunday, boy, there's no stopping him.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. It can easily be him. And you just, what's scary about it is that you just know he's just going to be scoring vital goals for Chelsea. So
Yeah.
they are really big title contenders, man. That just sealed it for them. Like they are huge title contenders. And City, and I was seeing something because obviously my predictions are City obviously to win the league again, yeah. But like I was seeing something somewhere as in City if City might not get a striker, so then what? Like if City don't get a striker, like and Chelsea have one there, like could Chelsea really? I don't know, but yeah, for Chelsea, it's looking good for Chelsea right now. Like that's a very good signing for them. And yeah, that's literally the missing jigsaw of their puzzle. So literally now, yeah, that's their title contenders. Huge.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Obviously, yeah. Good luck to both sides for the seasons, but you obviously a disappointing result. Southampton won, Manchester United won. Obviously, I don't even want to talk about that game, but that game was so frustrating. Obviously, um, United started off really well, but then obviously they conceded a poor goal. Yeah, which was a deflection. Obviously, Bruno was asking for a foul, but I just feel like yeah, those types of like free kicks aren't given anymore in the Premier League
Yeah,
because obviously it is a physical league. But yeah, I just feel like United just like not that they didn't turn up, but it just wasn't good enough. I don't know what it was. Obviously, just giving away passes. Fred didn't really have the best of games. Maguire was really shaky at the back. So I feel like maybe Varane coming in might like help him play better. And
definitely.
obviously Sancho, fans were crying out for Sancho to start, but yeah, I don't know why he actually didn't start because Martial didn't really have a good game as well.
Harry made a big save at the end, didn't he? Towards the end.
Yeah, De Gea did make a really good save against
Yeah,
Armstrong.
could have lost the game.
Yeah, could have lost the game. Could have lost the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was very surprised because I wasn't watching that game. I was watching the Wolves Tottenham game because at the same time. But like, obviously, when I saw it, I was surprised. That obviously, but I'm happy for Greenwood though. Like, he got on the goal sheet again. He's in form. That's the only. I feel that's
Yeah,
the only positive for like Man.
8 goals in 10 games, like
Yeah, that's.
amazing.
I feel like out of that game, that's the only positive for them. But for this just shows you like, are they gonna be inconsistent? Are they gonna go to a Villa and just like you get me? Them type of games that you need to go there and just get the free.
Have to win.
So you have to win.
Yeah.
Is this a cause for concern that they might not be as consistent as we think they will? And I feel like this games like that is where, but obviously they were missing such as Varane and Sancho. So we need to see like when they come if it will help them in these games. But games like this is where United they don't finish top of the league.
Yeah.
I feel like Chelsea and City and Liverpool will just be a bit more consistent just because of
And that reminds me of last season as well. Like, obviously, these are the types of games that we have to win in order to win like trophies and in order to win the Premier League. But when you're not really performing against like no disrespect to Southampton, but you need to be winning these types of games in order to establish yourself as winners and champions. Like, if you're slipping up in these types of games, like, boy, like you need luck on your side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially against Southampton. Like, and there, I put them in my bottom three as well because of just the way they've lost so many of their key players. They lost Vestergaard this summer. They lost a couple key players. Obviously, they brought in
Danny Ings as well.
Yeah, he lost Danny Ings. Like, so I put them even in my relegation. Like, I don't feel like maybe they won't get relegated, but yeah, I feel like in games like this, that United should be taking 3 points. So I feel like it might just be a little cause for concern. But this is the reason why you did go out and buy Varane. This is the reason why you did go out and buy Sancho. But obviously, I was watching Gary Neville's thing yesterday on Monday night, like a snippet of how he was talking about getting a Kane, or maybe, and I see United fans talking about maybe adding another midfielder. I feel like United need to add just one more player to that team, just to like cement them as they're gonna go down fighting for that title. Because I feel like right now, even though you've done the business and you've done like you've got everything in shape, I still feel like you're the fourth best team. Maybe I'm wrong, but I still just feel like you're the fourth best team. But I feel like if you do get, but I feel like you will be in the race. That's the thing. But then I feel like if you do get like what do you call it? That one more player, it could help you. It could help you just get that couple more points that could maybe you never know win you the league for the first time in how many years. So
Yeah, fans are obviously crying out for a midfielder, but yeah, honestly, I would take Ruben Neves from Wolves any day of the week. Like, he is what literally what we need. We need someone to sit in front of the back four because obviously Fred, he's not really that type of player. He's not really physical enough. Matic, he's just coming to the end of his career. He's not mobile enough. He's too slow. And obviously McTominay, he's more of a box-to-box midfielder. So we kind of need that player that's just going to sit there and dictate play and spray passes into the wide areas. But obviously, yeah, moving on, Wolves Spurs, another, I would say a good performance. You guys did what you had to do, but obviously you did maybe like just snatch the win. Obviously Wolves did have chances as well. Traore one-on-one with Lloris, but Dele Alli, what a performance yet again.
Hey, Dele Alli, great performance, man. I feel like Dele Alli in that position, yeah, just him having the cover of Skip and Højbjerg, and he's actually like, I feel like it's just a new position for him, but he's actually like thriving in that position. He's still able to make his late runs into the box. And he's still, and yeah, in terms of against Wolves and against City, defensively, he was on point. And I'm just really happy for Dele because I've always had mixed emotions with Dele, like just because of what he's done for the club and just as the player he is, you always feel like he has something there. And I feel like Nuno's found it. I feel like Nuno just found it in this position with Oliver Skip, literally like being the cover and Højbjerg. So yeah, he had a great performance. And yeah, I feel like in performance as a whole, obviously it wasn't the greatest performance. Let me be real. Like that, I can't lie. Wolves were onto us. Traore was from the get-go was a problem in news. And I see why now Tottenham are linked with him to buy him for like around 40 million. But yeah, he was a nuisance. Obviously, he had the big one-on-one chance. Lloris made a big save. But I feel like, yeah, like we just maybe in games last year with Mourinho, we would have conceded late. Like we didn't concede late. We kept it. We kept the clean sheet. We actually defended well. So like it's positive signs. 2 out of 2 for Nuno. Like 6 points. Yeah. I can't complain. No one thought we were gonna get 6 points. People would think, maybe City will roll us over at 8 at what do you call it, at White Hart Lane, and then Nuno going back to Wolves. Like the crowd could be up there, and then maybe something could happen there. But we've got 6 points out of 6, and we've got Watford next. So it's a great start for Nuno. And one thing I keep saying is I like this 4-3-3. The way this 4-3-3 is looking. One thing I realized though against Wolves is that because they were peppering us, like we're not really. Because it's like our first season doing it, we don't really like know how to play the 4-3-3. Like we don't, but we know the fundamentals of it. So that's what's helping us. And yeah, I really like the look of Oliver Skip. Like I feel like he's like, I haven't really seen about him myself personally. I won't lie, but since seeing him against City and then watching him against Wolves, like I understand the importance that he brings to the team. And I'm so happy that Nuno's identified that because he could have easily gone with Winks or Sissoko again for another season. I'm telling you, worst would have been the worst options, but Skip just brings something different, just brings a bit of determination, just brings composure as well to the midfield. So yeah, man, I'm just glad with the 6 points.
Yeah, I've noticed that he obviously hasn't been playing Winks or Sissoko. Sissoko actually rate, they haven't actually been playing. Obviously, and Ndombele, who I was gonna actually mention earlier, like he's apparently wants to leave. Like
yeah, he wants out.
Like he was like your club record like transfer. Like
I don't get that. I don't get the Ndombele thing. Like obviously he hasn't really hit the ground running, but everyone sees the quality this guy possesses. Everyone, like I get why we've gone out to buy him for that. We just literally need to like. I feel like we just need to help him. Like because obviously he's not settled. Like he's not settled. He's not been settled here. Obviously he's had the likes of Sissoko that was trying to help him like really like indulge in the culture and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't get how some fans are happy that we are trying to get rid of him. I don't even feel like we're going to get him for the same price or even a good price. If we do get rid of him, I don't feel like it makes sense to get rid of him. He's one of our only creative players as well. I feel like we could still get the best out of him, but it's just up to like the people around him, like, and it's up to him as well. But yeah, because he said that he wants out, he looks like he might be on the way out, and yeah, which is very sad.
Yeah, what a talent, especially if you remember the game last season against Sheffield United. Like he just showed how good of a player he can be, and he
Yeah,
has got potential. But obviously, if he doesn't want to stay at the club, there's no point of keeping players around the dressing room who don't want to play for the team and aren't motivated. So I feel like a move for him might be the best move. But then again, who's gonna buy him? I think I heard rumors of Bayern maybe wanting to swap him for Tolisso.
look, you see that,
But
and I haven't even heard that, but that makes sense. Look, I saw something that he's gonna go somewhere and he's gonna outshine, outperform. Watch when he gets to move, and then all of a sudden he's gonna go somewhere else and he's gonna play so good. That's why I don't really want.
I feel like him and Pogba are very similar. Like
Yeah, as in
they both don't really like to defend. They need that free roam. They
yeah,
need like that area of the pitch where they just attack and just do their thing.
mhm.
And obviously at Tottenham, he hasn't really got the allowance to do that. He ain't really got the permission to do that. Obviously, under Mourinho likes hard workers, but he just isn't that type of player. And it's the same with Nuno. They're both, because like they're both Portuguese managers. They like hard workers. Like you're gonna play for the team. That's why. How old is Oliver Skip? Oliver Skip is 22, 23 years old. Like Oliver Skip is the type of player, like you said, I haven't really seen him play as well, but I'm assuming he's a hard worker. He
Yeah,
plays for the
yeah,
team. But
yes.
and Ndombele, like even though he may be a better player than Skip overall, but if he's not going to play for the badge, if he's not going to fight for the team, then he's not going to get into the side. And obviously with Dele Alli, in this moment of time, I don't think he's going to get into the team ahead of Dele Alli, who reminds me of Ruud Gullit. Like he's just dominant on the pitch. He looks like a man. He's back to he's hopefully he's back to his best because like
I feel like
Dele
he's
Alli,
coming back to his best. I feel like he could come back to his best after the two performances I saw, the new position that he's covering now, that box to box. I've never seen him do that before. I feel like Nuno's found something for Dele, and now he's got his goal off. He's got a perfect goal to start off his season. He could bring goals to the team again. Like I feel like it could be a really good season for Dele. Like, I'm happy for Dele. So happy for Dele.
yeah. What do you think about the Traore rumors? Like, would you take him at Spurs, or do you think it's just a bunch of just odd news?
No, I don't think there's a bunch of oddities. I think that because I heard about that from before, that we wanted Traore, and obviously it made sense now. Obviously the way he performed against us, he absolutely dominated the performance. Like he was like Tanganga was struggling against him, even when Oliver Skip was coming over, Højbjerg was coming over, he was still killing them. So I feel like yeah, his performance made Tottenham think yeah we could do with him, and I would take him. Like maybe a lot of people wouldn't take him because of his end product. Obviously you saw it against us, but boy, you're not gonna get players that are as fast and strong as that guy in world football right now. Like so, and you see the way where the play that we've adapted, the counter attacking style that we've adapted. My word, that counter attack with him, Lucas Bergwijn running, that would be really serious. The only fixed factor is 40 million, and maybe is that a bit too much? But in my mind, I would take Traore in a heartbeat right now. And I feel like because he's gonna be back with Nuno as well. It was Nuno who did get the best out of him. He's the only manager to really get the best out of Traore. So him working with Nuno at Spurs and him, no offense to Wolves, but he'll probably be around better players at Spurs. Could that give him the kick? He's only 25 as well. Like, could that give him the kick into like now his end product is there? You get me? Alongside, and even if his end product isn't there, the likes of Son and Kane would thrive with someone like Traore anyway. So that's why I feel like I would entertain this 40 million for him.
Obviously, I feel like he would be a very good asset to your side. Obviously, him being in that wide area, I feel like he would deliver crosses for Harry Kane, who's a good like header of the ball. And obviously, you saw how he is with Jimenez at Wolves. Like they have this good like combination, this good connection. So I feel like if it was the same for you guys, like obviously it will strive on and like you said, he would kick on and obviously it would be a good move overall for him. And obviously I feel like Nuno would be able to get the best out of him because he has done at Wolves. But yeah, let's see how it plans out. Obviously, I think there's only like a week left of the transfer window. But yeah, moving on, West Ham Leicester 4-1. Antonio yet again. Were you able to watch that game?
Yeah, no, I saw the highlights, bro. So I saw the Perez red card. You know what he was thinking, but yeah, Leicester. I was surprised that Leicester went there and got hammered, but boy,
Yeah.
Antonio turned up. Like, I saw the spin and turn, and he's strong. He's always strong. He spun the guy in the box and just absolutely finished.
Very similar to Lukaku, isn't he?
Yeah, very similar to him. Like, I'm the way Antonio's adopted as a striker, like over the years, because remember seeing him from other Premier League seasons playing like in other positions, and now he's just adapted the striker role. He's really doing it like really well. So yeah, like it could be a big season for Antonio and a big season for West Ham. Like, but yeah, Leicester really surprised me. Even Soyuncu, you wouldn't really expect to make a mistake passing it back like that, and then. I can't remember the other guy that scored for West Ham, but he played well as well. Benrahma, I think it's Benrahma, something like that.
Benrahma, Fornals, yeah.
Yeah. He got 2 goals for them as well. Yeah, so I feel like it could actually be another big season for West Ham and David Moyes. That's 6 for them as well.
Top of the table as well at the moment. And obviously, I feel like as much as I love Lingard, I feel like they should go for Lingard there. It looks like they may sign Zuma, but I feel like if Lingard was to sign for them, they might even be in shout for a top 6 challenge.
100%, definitely a top 6 challenge. We saw what they did last year, and it's virtually the same team, nearly the same manager. They've added a few players to it. Like, they really could be a top 6 contender. They've started the season well as well. Big performance against Leicester, a team that you'd have as in the outsiders for the top 4 right now. That's a very good 3 points for them. And yeah, West Ham, I feel like I want to watch this season as overachievers again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Just technical issues just there. But yeah, I feel like West Ham. But boy, imagine being a centre back coming up against Lukaku and Antonio in the same team. Can you imagine that? I would not want to defend against that. Yeah, as a centre back, no way.
That is the longest of
not in a million years. Never.
Oh my days, both of you're not even getting close to Lukaku on the spin, and Antonio just roll you as well. It's just long.
Nah, long day. But yeah, other fixtures that took place: Aston Villa, Newcastle, Dan Ings. What a goal!
Dan Ings. Why didn't we buy Dan Ings? Why didn't we buy Danny Ings? I don't get it. When I saw that transfer, to Villa, I was thinking to myself, why didn't we buy Danny Ings? Like,
maybe because of his injury record and him not being consistent with that type of.
I know, I get it, but I still feel like because he was linked to all the top teams, not Villa like before. But yeah, like I feel like obviously that was a big win for Villa as well. Obviously, that guy from Newcastle, he missed a big chance as well. What's his name? The striker. What his name?
Callum Wilson.
Yeah, Callum Wilson. Yeah, he missed a big chance that I thought he would put away for Newcastle. I feel like it will be another same old Newcastle season, but they'll somehow survive. But yeah, in terms of what do you call it? In terms of for Newcastle, it will be a huge season for them. Like obviously, with them, they need
signing Chris Willock. Is it Joe Willock for 25 million from Arsenal?
Obviously, they signed Joe Willock for 25 million, which is I don't know if they overpaid.
If Saint Maximin keeps fit, then I feel like they may have a good season. But if not, then.
But obviously, Villa definitely people are putting them obviously because of the signings. It was a weird loss to Watford last week though. I felt like that was a very weird defeat to Watford, but obviously now they've bounced back, and let's see if they can keep the consistency and be an underachiever as well.
Yeah. And obviously City, Norwich, Grealish with a debut goal, which weren't the greatest, but yeah, that was just another City performance. Like,
yeah,
it
he'll
was,
just be glad that he got the goal, even though it just bounced off him. He was lucky, but yeah, it was another classic City performance, bouncing back from the defeat.
yeah,
Obviously, we'll talk about the fixtures to come.
yeah,
Arsenal at home next, so yeah, they just want to get the
yeah.
momentum rolling.
Yeah, just before I move on to the fixtures that are coming up this weekend, obviously I want to talk about the PSG signings. Obviously, Messi signing for PSG, Ramos, Donnarumma, Wijnaldum, Hakimi.
Boy,
Like, obviously, the big name was obviously Messi. And obviously, did you see that coming? I personally didn't see that coming, but obviously he did want to leave Barcelona last season, but he was willing to sign a contract on a lower basis. But yeah, do you feel like this is PSG's chance finally to win the Champions League?
it has to be PSG's time to win the Champions League. With everything is there for them now. They've got the manager who has the vision, it's Pochettino, with his coaching staff and all of them. They've now just brought in the best player in the world, Messi, in my opinion. Obviously, he's getting older and older, so he's not going to be the same like at Barcelona. But I still feel like he's still a very big, talented player there. They've already got the likes of Mbappe and Neymar. They've just brought in one of the best young goalkeepers in the world, Donnarumma. Literally, they brought in an exciting Hakimi. They brought in a guy that knows how to do it, Sergio Ramos, even though he's old, but someone that even if he doesn't bring to PSG performance-wise because he's getting older, just him being in the dressing room is already going to be a big influence on that team. That team just has everything in it. To put in Ronaldo as well, like that team just has everything in it to go and win that Champions League now. If they don't win the Champions League this season, I feel like it will be a big crisis. If they don't get close to it this season, I feel like it will be a big crisis. Like the likes of, even though I've mentioned all those other players, just the likes of Messi alone, just Messi alone just seals the deal for me. He's too much. And yeah, like I didn't see that one coming. Obviously, Barcelona, I didn't realize that Barcelona really have no money. Like they had to let loose of all these assets. They had to cut people. They had to cut PK's contract as well just to get players like Depay in and stuff like that. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't know what, but now it all makes sense why these clubs wanted the Super League. So that they can just make money, so they can benefit of the Premier League teams. Now it actually just all makes sense because they actually had no money, spending all this money left, right, centre. And you'd think, for a club like Barcelona that have been winning Champions Leagues, that have been winning La Ligas, that have been winning, that's won everything there is to win, how they can actually even get into this position. So yeah, it's like just goes to show that if you're not really like doing your business properly, then it can just all go left, and they could be in another AC Milan that was once a top team, and then all of a sudden they've lost everything. So, but yeah, for PSG, for the likes of PSG, boy, this. I feel like Champions League is theirs this year. Like,
exciting times ahead for PSG. And obviously Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, there were rumors of him not starting on the weekend due to him asking not to start, because he wants to maybe get a move. Like, do you feel like those rumors will actually neglect? Like, do you feel like it will actually take place, him like leaving Juventus, even though I think he's into his final year of the contract?
Like,
and who's gonna pay off him? Who's gonna take him as well?
Who's gonna buy Ronaldo? Like, is City just gonna quickly try and maybe think because Kane? So like, who's gonna buy Ronaldo? Like, I don't know the Ronaldo situation. This one's come a bit random and it's become a bit too late. I get why he wants out of Juve, but yeah, I don't know who's gonna buy him. I can only see City just maybe because they can't get Kane. But I don't know, would City really do that for 1 year of Ronaldo? City look long term. They don't like just doing it on a fast, and I feel like all the teams that would just do it on a fast have already done their business. So yeah, I don't see Ronaldo going anywhere. I still saying that.
Yeah, obviously moving on, this week's fixtures coming up. Obviously, you have the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Spurs, Watford, Man United, Wolves. Like, how do you see those
You know, I didn't even
games
realize.
playing out?
You know, I didn't even realize it's Liverpool Chelsea this weekend. I didn't even.
Yeah,
Realize.
it's kicking off on Saturday.
That one.
5:30.
That one's big. That one's big. Liverpool.
Van Dijk versus Lukaku. Big
I don't know.
game.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it Anfield though?
Yes, at Anfield. I feel like it might be a draw.
To be safe, I'll go for a draw. But if someone was to win, I'll actually go Liverpool. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool win.
And I'll just go Liverpool.
It's gonna be a very, very tight game. That's all I know.
And I'll just it'll definitely be tight. And I'll just go Liverpool just because it's Anfield it just could be electric because the fans are back. Like and Van Dijk's back and Salah it could just all go Liverpool's way. So but then I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea go there and show the rest of the Premier League. If they go there and win, they're basically showing the rest of the Premier League and City they're coming for the league this year straight away. So I wouldn't be surprised that they've done that. But yeah, for that game, I'll go with a draw. But if anyone wants to win that, Liverpool, but I'll definitely go with a draw. And playing Arsenal and
City, Arsenal. I feel like Arteta is under the cosh. Like, if he was to lose this game as well, like he's gonna be in the backfiring. Like, it's not looking good for him at all.
Boy, it's not looking good for them. City want to now build momentum,
and it's at the Etihad as well.
Good luck. I'll be very surprised if Arsenal find a point in that game.
And we definitely know the likes of Foden and Sterling and De Bruyne are definitely going to be back as well. So
yeah, I just see City. It's almost like City playing the mid. Like I'm not really trying to take the piss, but it's almost like City. You know me, I'm always like real with it, but it's almost like City playing a mid-table team. Like I just don't see Arsenal like really doing anything in this game. City are just trying to build momentum now. Yeah, Arsenal are right now in a chaos that they normally are in. So yeah, I just see 3 points, Man City, 3-0.
Yeah. Obviously, your beloved Spurs up against Watford. Watford, who did cause an upset in the first round of fixtures against Aston Villa. Like, do you feel like Tottenham shouldn't really take them lightly, or do you feel like they're gonna breeze through the Hornets?
Yeah, no, you can never take. The thing is about the Premier, you can never take any team lightly. Obviously, yeah, I feel like just the way we performed against Wolves, yeah, we won the game, but I feel like we need to look back at that game and realize that there was too many periods of that game where we were just under like danger, and we just need to put that right at home against our fans. Try and get 9 points. Try and start off the season rapidly fast. We normally have decent start. Like in the last few seasons, we normally had decent starts, but we've never had rapid starts. 9 out of 9. I can't remember the last time we've done that. So yeah, if we can get the 3 points, it's a game that we're expected to win. So if we can get the 3 points, a game that I think that we will win, just the form that we're in. And obviously Nuno in the Conference League, he's not really. I don't feel like he's really taking the Conference League serious. I couldn't care about the Conference League. I couldn't care if we lost and everyone's getting onto us and this and that. I couldn't care about that what do you call it, that competition. I just want us to focus on the Prem. So don't take I want him to do what he did last week, as in he didn't take our big players. He just took all the players that he knows, except for like Lo Celso, that knows that are not really going to feature. And then yeah, they can go and mess up in that league. But yeah, obviously against Watford, I feel like we'll win.
Yeah. And obviously Man United up against Wolves. Obviously, how would you say, like, what would United have to do to obviously win that game? Because obviously your team just played them like on Sunday. So what do you think United have to like show or add to their game in order to go to the Molineux and put in a good performance?
I feel like if they can get an early goal against Wolves, and they can just watch out for Traore, because Traore, that guy, he's too much. He's just too much. So whoever's on Traore, it could be Wan-Bissaka, could be whoever your left back is, sure, just has to like double up. Obviously, you're gonna have to double up on him. Just watch the spaces and stuff. But I feel like Wolves haven't scored. They still haven't scored. So like, because they haven't scored, that maybe it could play into your favor, just getting an early goal and then it will just settle the crowd down and then you could win the game. I feel like you can definitely easily win the game, not to take it, not nothing to Wolves. Obviously, they played better than us against us, obviously at home in front of their fans, but against Man United, going away to Old Trafford, I feel like, for you, I feel like you just need a comfortable, good performance. Everyone's disciplined, everyone knows what they're doing, and you should be beating Wolves. Yeah, so I feel like you will, and I feel like you will beat Wolves as well, especially if maybe Varane can get his debut as well. Then yeah, you could definitely beat Wolves and get a clean sheet.
Yeah, just before we wrap up, obviously, I want to get your predictions in for the season. Obviously, the top four, who's to be relegated. So if you want to start off with your top four, I'll give you the opportunity to obviously think about that and obviously come up with your top four, and then same way as it goes for the bottom three. So yeah, starting off with yourself. Who do you think is going to obviously win the leagues, finish in first place?
Yeah, I'm still gonna stick with City. Like they just have the know-how. They've just done it. They got the know-how. You know they're gonna be there. The only thing that concerns me for City is the striker situation. How bad is it gonna affect them? Because it affected them last season towards the end, especially with the Champions League final. They didn't win it. It affected them. Like this false nine thing isn't gonna work again. So, but if they get a striker, I feel like they'll win the league. But yeah, if they don't get striker, but I don't know. I still feel like they'll win the league. I feel like Chelsea will hunt them down. So second, I feel like Chelsea will be second because they'll hunt them down. Just the signings of Lukaku, that's all they were missing. And yeah, just like Thomas Tuchel's he's implementing something at that club. Winning the Champions League as well. They know they've got that in the back of their minds. He's implementing something at that club. So yeah, I'll go Man City first, Chelsea second. I'm going Liverpool third, and the reason why I go Liverpool third, not to disrespect Man United or anything against Man United, but I go Liverpool third because I just feel like Van Dijk is so big. For me personally, maybe people won't see it as big, but I feel like it's just so big. They're just gonna come back and keep clean sheets. They're not gonna concede as many goals, and then the likes of Salah, the likes of Mane, they know how to do it. You see Salah, he's already on form. He's gonna get them goals all season. I feel like he's gonna, even though there's the likes of Lukaku and Kane and stuff like that, I still feel like Salah's gonna be top scorer. He's gonna be there. He's only gonna get so many goals, and I feel like that will be enough to get them third. The only reason why they're not gonna finish higher is because they didn't do enough. For me, Konate is not enough, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, if they were in and around it. And then I feel like Man United fourth. I feel like Man United, they won't be far away. I feel like with the top four, it could go anyway, but they won't be far off. But I don't know if Varane and Sancho. I know Varane. I feel like Varane was they needed Varane. Sancho would bring something to their team, but I don't know if that's what they mostly needed. I don't know if they really needed maybe more of a striker, but obviously they've got Cavani there or more of a midfielder. So yeah, I would put them fourth though, but I'll put them the top four. I feel like I'll clear up the rest right now. And then for my bottom three. So yeah, just as I said earlier, I put Southampton there. Because I feel like they've just lost so many players, like Danny Ings, Vestergaard, lost so many players. And I feel like this year, the only thing with Southampton is because they have the know-how and they know how to survive. They could, but I don't think like they will be good enough. And then the other two teams, I feel like that will go down. I feel like Norwich will go down as well. They always come up, go down. I don't feel like their team's good enough. I don't feel like the team's good enough to stay up in it. And then I don't feel like, and then it will be out of Wolves and it'll be out of Brentford and Watford. And I feel like Watford, I actually feel like Watford could survive. I feel like Southampton will go and Watford could survive. So yeah, I would go with Brentford to be one of the 30. I feel like they are a good team, but because it's their first time in the Premier League, like I don't feel like they will have the experience and know how to survive. When you need to get specific results, that Palace are going to go and get that. Other teams around that area are going to go and get. Newcastle are going to go and get them because they just know how to do it. Burnley are going to go and get those results because they've just been here. They know when it comes to the dying side of it, that they know how to go get these points. So yeah, I feel like my bottom three will be Brentford, Norwich, and Southampton. So yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah, like your predictions, they are your predictions at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna
What
disagree
about
or
yours?
agree with them. But yeah, my prediction, Man United's gonna win the league. Honestly, so starting off with my top four, I so want to say I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out in the public. Manchester United are gonna finish first. Yeah, I've said it. I've said it. I've been keeping in this the whole episode, but personally, we're gonna win the league. I'm being optimistic. I believe in my side. People are forgetting that we still have Rashford to come back into the side. We still have Cavani to come back into the side. So goals are on their way. Varane hasn't started at the back yet, but him and Maguire are going to form a very good partnership. And that's going to help the likes of Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw.
That's true. Varane's just gonna come in and just shape up the whole defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, like we did have a slip up against Southampton, but it weren't a loss. So I feel like we're gonna have plenty more exciting times ahead. But obviously, yeah, starting off with my first team, obviously Man United to finish first. I feel like it's gonna be very tight between City and Chelsea for second place, but I'm gonna go with City just to be on the safe side. Because obviously the squad that they have, and obviously being reigning champions, they're missed out because of obviously a bunch of like new players, and I still feel like they're a bit shaky at the back. And fourth place, because I really do like Spurs, but I just feel like Liverpool might snatch fourth place. But my decision is solely based on whether Harry Kane is going to stay or not. If Harry Kane was to stay with you guys for another season, as you just mentioned earlier, I feel like you can take fourth place. But right now, in this moment of time, with his future up in the air, I feel like Liverpool might take it, but you guys will definitely finish fourth or fifth, way above the likes of Leicester and Arsenal and the other side in the table.
Yeah, I can't lie. I thought we'd finish around fifth in it, but people think that we're gonna finish lower. So you would just have to see.
No, I don't see that happening. I don't really see that happening because obviously you do have the likes of your new signing, the centre back. What was his name again? I forgot.
Romero.
Romero, yeah, Christian Romero. So you don't know what type of like impact he's gonna add to your game. He might come and be the new Van Dijk. Like you never know. And he is young. He has come with a big price tag, but you do have to pay up for good players at the end of the day. So he might come in and have a really good impact.
Right, cool. Who do you got for your bottom three?
So bottom three, I would say obviously that I'm not too sure in this moment of time in order, but I would say Norwich to be relegated because, as you said, they just come into the Premier League and just leave the season after. Watford are definitely going to be in there. Like you saying Southampton.
Yeah,
Southampton.
I don't know.
You saying Southampton, I wasn't really sure, but then I was like, I know where you're coming from, but I'm honestly, this might come as a shock to you, but I'm honestly the same with Leeds. Leeds, because they concede very easy goals. They concede a lot of goals, Jojo. So I would not be surprised if they were to be relegated because they're even though they score goals, they concede quite a lot at the same time. So that's not going to be really good for goal difference. But
yeah, do you know what? I get Leeds because obviously they play the exact same way, and if it doesn't go, if they don't pick up results, if for some reason teams find out, because everyone knows what they did last year, teams just find them out, find a way to play against. It could be very long for Leeds. Yeah, but yeah. So I get where.
But if it's not Leeds, then it's Brentford. It's Brentford. I don't really want to say Leeds, but it's either out of
I know what you
Brentford.
mean.
I'll go with Brentford for now, but Leeds are going to be in and around those relegation slots.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because I even said Watford to survive, and I'm thinking, will Watford have enough? But I've just looked at Southampton, and I've looked at Brentford, and I've looked at Norwich, and I'm thinking maybe not Southampton, but I feel like Southampton will just surprise and just get relegated. But they know how to do it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they survive. So
yeah.
well, I get
Yeah, honestly, good luck to all sides in the Premier League, and obviously, we are looking to carry this on as a weekly show. But obviously, personal issues and work and other stuff, etc., is like made us like obviously change our plans. But obviously, we are looking to obviously do it in person. But we're gonna try and bring you guys as much content as we can. Yeah, we're looking to obviously bring out hoodies in the next couple of weeks as well, so you might see us on our Instagram page or on the next episode wearing our brand new hoodies. But yeah, thank you guys honestly for watching. Carry on with the support. We appreciate you guys from obviously season 1 showing so much love. Obviously Jojo's been telling me his friends and family have liked the content that we've brought to them. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share, and we'll be back soon. Thank you. We're out.
I'm wearing my jacket, but bullshit, I'm still too cold. Man, I fucked your bitch, she filled that from her head to toes. I need this guap.